He was a cheeky chappy. All right, everything should be mostly okay. Again, still no Gil. Apparently, internet's just down in his whole city. Apparently, so...
His street.
Oh, just his street.
Yeah, I think it's his street. I don't know there is.
Dean City.
Yeah, Dean City.
Not confirmed.
Unconfirmed reports.
Explicitly.
There are unconfirmed reports that internet is down in Dean City.
There are
Take me
unconfirmed
down to the
reports.
Dean
There
City.
might be a new development on that in a minute. But for now...
Yes.
Well, Doxy. She's
Okay.
like, hopes up, but back down.
We are going to start with Vale's turn. So this is basically, we're rewinding a little bit to like kind of before you said, I'm raging, and before you're like, oh, I'm going to cast a spell. Basically, this battle beginning now. You're stuck in a cage. You saw the cage. Earlier you said you wanted to basically give the aid action to Indira. Is that still really the plan? Can you double check what the aid action like does in this context?
Well, it would give her advantage on the next roll.
Okay.
To the next ability check roll.
Okay, I would totally allow that.
As much as I don't want to mega game, I wouldn't do that knowing what Riley might do, but I will still do that. So it's the help action. Target gains advantage on the next ability check it makes to perform the task you're helping with. However, if she's... Alternatively, it gains advantage on the next attack roll. Just because you're gonna get advantage off rage.
No.
On strength checks.
Yes.
If you're just flat out attacking it, then I guess I'd just give you advantage.
You didn't do that until after I had already attacked.
We retconned.
Yeah, you haven't attacked
So like you have attacked it once.
You have attacked it to
you
do
punched
the...
it or whatever, to break
show
the
you
glass,
that the cage is
but the
here.
magic is there.
Yeah.
You haven't raged yet.
Okay.
Do you
Yep.
follow me?
That is what I described.
That's not the sequence of events that I remember, but I can follow.
It's not. It was retconned.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I literally said that we're winding back so we can use initiative order because timing matters now. So you are giving Indira basically advantage on the next thing she does. Yes?
Yep.
While kind of clinging here under the window. Riley, 120 feet down at the base of the
Spell
tower.
magic. I have to roll a charisma check, you're saying?
What is that, Neil?
Can I also take my bonus action to hide and duck? Like,
You can try.
I mean,
Spell
there's not
magic.
many.
Give me a
There's not many
charisma save.
times for that. Either. Let's whack that one in there.
It's alright.
Take cover.
Alright. Riley, you want to try and dispel magic? That is a charisma.
Oh! I'm just
This
saying, it was a nat 20, maybe it gets rid of the illusion too. I'm just saying.
that's not how dispel magic works.
Isn't it an area effect?
No. And even if it is, it isn't. Especially when you're fighting such a powerful spell. You can kind of like lock your magic into that and focus even with a little bit of Gilwin's help, because he also does that and he isn't in this fight for reasons. You can focus and you see that cage around the lot of you, this purple magic again, kind of shimmer and warp and move and then shatter into particulate, like shards of mirrored glass that kind of dissipate into the air around them, which is massive.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
Next up is actually the two Numa directly in front of the window, who sees that and her smile drops. And she is going to... This wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah, sure.
She's going to understandably back up and kind of prepare magic in her hands, kind of orangish spell magic, kind of like almost like Iron Man in Civil War, kind of like fiddles with the mechanics of their glove to like adjust their hands, and this orange magic starts to burn in their hand. Indira,
going to smash the window.
That is a athletics check. Or, yeah, athletics check. I'd rather do that than use
You've got
object health
advantage.
points.
Yeah. Sorry.
Eric.
18 is enough to make a definite crack. This glass must be incredibly thick, which makes sense if it is the glass to a secret laboratory. There's a definite crack that forms around your axe head as it pierces through, but it doesn't completely break.
I'm gonna do it again.
That was your action, not an attack. But you do have your movement or bonus if you would like to do something with them.
I will look at Vale, and I was like, can you finish that?
It's like one of those things
Maybe.
where, you know, like a car windshield, where it's like kind of impacted, but there's like, it's still together because of like films and things like that.
Yep.
Then I'm going to Misty Step inside.
Okay, and because you broke the force cage, you can absolutely do that. There was going to be some magical shenanigans when I knew you would try and do that. Go ahead and position yourself pretty much wherever you fancy inside, because you could have seen in just enough, right?
And they're all looking toward the window, right?
Yes.
All right.
In fact, this should actually be global illumination. Let me turn the lights on.
Boy.
Okay.
And then I will try to move here without her noticing.
Without her noticing.
She's looking at the window, like maybe.
She definitely notices you apparate before, and actually she prepared an action to attack if something approached her. What's your AC?
16.
Ooh, she hits the 16. It's one of those things where it is a bit of a fumble, right? You apparate there and kind of maybe do like a freaking Miami action cop movie, like slide over the table, kicking papers up around, and she kind of like fumbles, clearly not a martial combatant, but manages to kind of like thrust this orb of orange magic in her hand towards you, and when it hits, it burns. It's almost like heartburn, but you actually feel it in like your shoulder where the orb of magic is thrust, and it's going to deal 18 acid damage to you.
It's battery acid. It's bright orange and it burns.
Is battery acid bright orange?
Some
Happy accident.
I've now got a Queens of the Stone Age song stuck in my head. Thank you, Neil.
Okay. You actually hear in Elvish this other one. It'd be this one right here. And now that you're inside in the light, Indira, you see that each one of them has a number tattooed on their hand through 1 to 5 in Elvish. And this one's
boy?
the one you're with is 1. You have number 1 right there. And this one over here is like, that was not supposed to happen. And we'll run back over here and kind of fiddle around with things on the table for now. Similarly, this one will run over here and pretty much smash like a control panel on the walls. This is an artificer's arcane laboratory. The walls are coated in twinkling devices, the tables are coated in bubbling vials, all sorts of metals and things like that. And she just starts... They start with definite fear and need. You know, like when someone's like really jamming the elevator button? There's kind of that energy. Serena, what's the plan? The glass in front of you is bowed inwards.
I've now worked out that there is actually stuff below me because I can't see anything down below me. I assume that's just due to my precise positioning, is it?
What do you
I
want
can't
about?
see anything.
Well, because
There's glass
it's
there.
Yeah, you
Oh, it
can't
is-
see inside. Yeah.
We
I am
can't see
giving you this so
inside.
that... For
Oh,
battle reasons, yes. I set this up so that you could start rolling initiative while you were outside. To get inside, you're going to have to make a check. Or do something. Or do
right.
something.
No, I'm just asking for clarification. Can Serena see inside?
Barely.
Barely. Okay.
It was like enough to see the one standing in front of the glass.
Okay.
And in part, this is because, darkness.
Serena will say to Vale, "Have you got a grip on the ledge?"
Of course.
Okay, Serena is misty stepping inside.
Vale, can you give me a dexterity save, please?
Oh, not an acrobatics.
I'll allow an acrobatics. Well, it's the same dexterity save.
It's not the same.
Well, dexterity save is the same,
Yes.
but it's under the fact that she gave you the warning. I'll allow acrobatics. She did give you a warning.
Yep.
Moment
Ollie,
to prep
I've
yourself.
fallen out of the turn order for some reason. Not
Because
sure
you
why.
are not on the battle map, because you are not
Oh,
there.
okay. Just
I
making sure.
can see your turn order as a DM.
Okay, cool.
So it's all good. You're fine, Vale. You're golden over there.
Jesus Christ, 31?
Okay, as my actual action, I am going to cast Storm Sphere.
How did
I
never
want to
expect
catch
this?
the two over here so that so that it doesn't make it difficult for Vale to get in through the window and such like.
I get you. How big is Storm Sphere again?
20-foot radius.
Okay. Like that, I imagine.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more central so that it can potentially hit others. Thank
Like that?
you. Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
do. That's brilliant. They immediately, I believe, each creature in the sphere, when it appears, must succeed on a strength saving throw,
Aye.
or take that damage.
One saves, one doesn't.
So one takes 7 damage, and because I've used my bonus action, that ends my turn.
Okay. This one behind you is going to actually say, if we went through all this effort of making a plan, knowing that they were going to come, why aren't we using it? And the other one's like, because they broke in! And this one is going to kind of weave a little bit of magic. There's, unlike how Riley and Gilwyn does this kind of thing, she's like pulling out scrolls and kind of reading magic words and is going to dispel Storm Sphere.
Of course she is. It is 4th level, so unless she's casting it 4th level, there would be a check. But
Or is there?
or unless she's got some crazy ass shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Serena just clicks her tongue and looks round at the person who clearly cast that in displeasure.
While you do that, the other one beside her is going to straight up sprint up to you, forming that orange ball of magic in her hand, and going to attack at you, and is going to hit.
Well, yeah.
Wait, they totally dispelled it. Oh my god.
For
Yeah.
15 acid damage when they managed to kind of like thrust it into your
15.
tail.
So the fourth level one then.
Vale, you seemingly are like completely out of sight from them. They haven't got any sort of focus on you right now, anything like that. You think you're kind of, you're definitely in stealth.
I'm in crouching tiger mode.
Yes.
I mean, I still have to go in through the window, so
Yep.
I'll go in with a bang. Vale's crouching underneath this window with both hands on it, his feet on it. He draws the rapier with one hand, still holding on, and the blade begins to glow. And then he tenses up and he springs up. Booming blade at the 4.
Can you just give me a sleight of hand for this? Because this is like, the accuracy, like find the point to break through. Yeah. You shatter the glass open, tumbling through with that momentum, sending quite large chunks of this thick glass cascading into the room.
Okay. And then I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what's going on. Cool. And I will take my bonus action to draw out the parrying dagger.
Riley, you are off down there.
Yeah. Riley is going to cast a spell to get herself up there. It's just going to take her a whole extra turn. You know these things? They're called giant apes.
Or bats.
You're gonna
We have
climb
just
up the
seen
wall?
a giant bat.
Going to start climbing up the wall with a climb speed of 40, double moving to get up 80 feet.
Wow. Okay.
That's
Fuck
okay.
yeah, bud.
Okay. You just turned into a giant monkey?
Well, it's an ape, not a monkey.
Yeah, that's.
I'll be honest, I don't know the difference.
No tails.
No, yeah, tails.
And thumbs.
In, yeah.
You definitely want thumbs. For climbing up a giant rock face. Yeah, that's
I'm not
a
sure
really
about the
good
thumb one.
idea.
Definitely the tail one, though.
I
That's
think
a
they
great
both have
idea.
thumbs, but
Okay. So next turn you'll be able to get up there and not do anything else, right? Essentially.
I could get up there.
Get up
then I could
there
technically
and
move
then
in
take your
if I wanted
dash
to.
or something, to dash inside.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yep.
It's
They
number
happen to be
1.
next to the window.
Looks around at the two of them and then kind of smiles and like throws her hands in the air. It's like, I knew this was inevitable, and you better believe if you're here to kill me, then I'm going to go down with a fight, and is going to twist and launch this ball of magic at Vale. What's your AC, Vale?
20.
She is just going to miss. It's like you can like parry the hand out of the way, and she is going to growl and disengage and move. Indira.
15 by 15.
She starts running away, and you just get behind her as she starts running, and that is absolutely a hit. She yells out as you just cleave into her. No spells to protect her. That is also a hit. That's massive. That's huge.
That is nasty.
Oh yeah, bud.
She is going to dodge the lightning launching from you.
God damn it.
But
It's useless.
the one
Why
time
would
you get the
do
6.
it?
Because you do, because it can significant damage. Significant damage. This one here is going to run up and say, "That's very impressive magic. If you survive this, I would love you to tell me how you did it." And then thrust at you, which you can. I like the idea of you basically knocking her feet under her with her tail, and she just face plants onto the ground. And this one over here is like, really? You're thinking about arcane metaphysics now? And presses the button again. There is a beep, and some robot spiders are going to crawl in from the door platforms.
We met a robot spider.
It looks like that, but smaller and a little more, finessily made, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, they got Garbo trash initiative rolls. Not that really matters, actually. Serena, you're surrounded.
Okay. Okay, Serena is feeling vindictive. So she smiles down at the one that she took the feet under with her tail, and just says, "Oh, I'll give you a live demonstration. Firstly, Punky is coming out behind the one that just ran up to me.
Yeah, the one on the left.
Yep, one on the left. And then I am going to twin spell, cost 4 sorcery points to twin blight on the 2, one either side of me.
Oh,
That's awesome!
Bear in mind, the one that's got Punky on it has disadvantage on the save as well.
oh my
Constitution. She is going to fail, and the other one is going to succeed. Still takes half damage, which is this is massive.
You gotta check Discord when you get a minute.
I will never have a minute. This fight's too intense.
Fair enough.
No, I can't right
And
now.
I'll just roll initiative for Sharky Boy.
Yes. Oh, okay. That's way harder than... We can't do that until the break.
I just figured you would want to know.
Yeah. Also, Gilwyn is very far away. So, he'll just miss this one. I'll also add Punky to the initiative order. I feel like Punky always gets initiative 14. Is that just me?
It's quite common, yeah.
He does,
You got 16 last time.
a lower
Yeah, it's
level
in
of
that
it.
region, though. It's
16
around
is just
15.
the thinking man's 14.
Yeah.
The two Tanumas beside you kind of yell out, trying to cast and weave spells to counteract the rotting magic that runs through them. This one back here is going to kind of psych herself up and is going to run over here, flip a hidden switch, and Vale, can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please? All of the books in the bookcase launch outwards towards you. Because of your fancy-pantsy I'm a rogue stuff, you take no damage because that's a pass, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
For evasion.
Yes. Okay. That's pretty badass. You can just kind of matrix around that. Okay.
I've never read a book in my life. He has.
This giant spider is going to get up behind you, Indira, but you can easily kind of parry the metal mandibles as they go in for a bite. Leaving this one beside Serena, who is going to go in for a attack and is going to hit for 12 acid damage. Every time it feels like just something inside you is being burnt away, and especially around Serena, who's taken a couple of these hits now, you can actually kind of see sort of dark particulate in the
Little
air.
triangles coming off her.
No. But she is being reduced to atoms. Vale.
You see Vale tense up for a moment, and then his eyes spill out with this golden light, and 2 great golden wings billow out from behind his back, and he leaps effortlessly. The wings don't flap, but he leaps, and he continues leaping, and he is going to end his turn there. He's got a bonus action, but I don't think I'm going to do anything in particular with that.
Riley. Are you large size right now?
Am I what?
Large size?
I am huge.
Oh my god, you're huge?
I'm huge.
Oh boy.
You're like
15
fighting
and you said the windows were 20 feet big, so that's perfect.
20 feet by 4 feet.
You imagine?
You're gonna need to give me
no,
an
ape,
acrobatics roll for the ape to
So I'm gonna
swoosh
move
on
I'm
in
gonna
there.
continue climbing the 40 feet, but because there's no glass, I can see in.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah, it really is like old school King Kong movie. They're like, this is happening, and then just this giant dun 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 monkey face in the window.
So I have a 10-foot reach. This one right here is 10 feet away?
Oh my god.
Well, realistically, you would actually be outside of the window.
Okay,
I
okay,
did
okay.
this
Yeah.
assuming you'd be coming
That's
in.
fine. Then I will use my
Please
I'll
yeet
acrobatics check possibly to come in.
Yes. You just
Sure,
want to
let me-
fucking yeet her out the window?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to throw her out the window. I really did.
Oh my god.
Let me just check. Dex.
How
yeah,
often
okay.
do you get the chance to do that?
I was gonna do it. I was gonna try really hard to throw the one in front of me
Yeah.
out the window.
She
but
knew.
I didn't
She
get a
knew. She's
turn.
played for honor. She didn't want to get caught.
I don't think that I would be able to throw her that far though.
There's this giant ape trying to squeeze into the lair. Can't quite get through the glass. So I'll put you back outside, giant monkey Riley.
Giant
Like a
monkey.
giant arm in the window.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to like reach through and find like purchase, but like
Absolutely.
can't quite squeeze through because it's just so heckin' big.
Chonky.
Heckin' chonky. Tanuma 1 beside Indira.
Tanuma. It's been going around in my head ever since we mentioned Tanuma.
That's illegal. Forbidden meme.
I've been sitting there trying to hold it in, like with my cup of tea with flame all around me, like, this is fine.
She is going to hit. Work around behind you and thrust that orb of magic against you, burning you for 15 acid damage, Indira. While she's trying her best to, in fact, she's actually going to disengage. To kind of make sure to keep you moving, as well as keeping herself out of danger. Punky the Shark!
Oh, she attacked and disengaged? Oh.
Yes, she's done it before.
Come
Oh, yeah,
on,
she did
Punky.
against me, yeah.
Oh yeah, Punky has advantage because I'm threatening. That's rare. Go, Punky!
Ooh, that's a hit.
I just love the idea of just Punky just mauling someone.
Yeah, exactly.
She is going to fail that strength check and just like she's already getting knocked on the ground by the tail and then like starts getting up and Punky just grabs and shakes
Yeah, it's
like
the
a
shaking
bad
that
puppy.
gets me.
Yeah. Indira. There's like it's definitely weird in this room because there are like 5 identical women who are giving out like screams of pain in like identical ways. It's like
I'll
Serena's
take the attack
dream.
of opportunity from that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a shadowy
they completely
shark,
miss.
5 identical women, a King Kong arm, and some bloke who's got angel wings.
Some lad.
Some bloke, he's golden.
That is going to be a miss. There's actually like she managed to like grab the axe head and is like and then you
And then you just
pull
let
it back
them
and that is a hit massively.
I love that idea.
She's gonna dodge that. Okay, next is the one who's being punkified, who is going to get back up.
I believe the term is getting punked.
Getting punked.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher busts out this door right here.
I take
Kinda-
like a helmet off. I'm not actually a monkey. I'm like, you've been punked!
This battle is just meme central.
Oh, I'm sorry I did that.
It was never gonna be anything else.
I don't regret it though.
She kind of starts getting up and to the other one and is like, 3, the shark! And then will actually manage to get another attack off at Serena. It's an incredibly awkward fumble, but she just needs to kind of get the orb to you and it kind of almost crackles with magic, dealing
I
another
like
15
how they
acid
refer
damage.
to each other by their number.
How much damage, sorry, did you say?
15 acid.
15. Yeah.
Bad way.
This one is actually going to flip the table. Use it as
More
defenses.
memes! Table flip!
And it's a big
Just 'cause
table.
she's an artificer doesn't mean she's a tabletop gamer. She's definitely not over her miniatures though.
Well, this was the table that had the Traitors Run game on and just little pieces launch. And you actually kind of Serena's the only one who can see her because that actually blocks her out mostly. But she starts fumbling and pulls out a tiny ring of metal and starts talking in Undercommon into it while holding it with each hand quite frantically.
Hum Num Shabai, Hum Num Shabai.
Serena.
So
What's
first
that from?
Misty Step
The mummy, I think.
over here, and then Shoal of Piranhas targeting the two that I just moved away from,
yeah.
and the one that is behind the table.
Okay. They are wearing goggles.
I mean, yeah, that is a valid point.
This is just me saying that out loud. So they're
Yeah.
like not as terrified of it as normal because they're not really at risk of being blinded here. But they are kind of to some of them. This is a kind of an overwhelming of to this poor one. This is an overwhelming lot of things happening. Next up is I actually can't see which one this is. Over here. Seeing that Vale got away over there, I was like, and is going to pull a scroll out of a pocket that, massively too big scroll pulled out of the pocket, read a little bit of Elvish, and just.
Oh, God.
Ooh, the spider hits. Vale, can you give me a Constitution save, please? As
I can.
Venom injector needles.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, it's a yummy. You're gonna fail, so you're going to take 7 piercing damage plus 7 poison damage. Look at that. Life finds a way.
So
That would be 3 on each then, wouldn't it?
yeah.
You dodge out of the way, snapping the needles, which is just all kind of bad. But that's a huge problem for future Vale. So, the Arcano spider just kind of starts moving in that very eerie way that mechanical spiders, kind of with all their limbs, were moving in perfect unison. This one's gonna dodge and dance around and go for the attack and miss. Vale is very hard to hit. And now it is Vale's attack as you manage to dodge out of the way of the launch towards you.
Vale's also going to move around. Welcome to the dance, baby.
You are gonna get not bitten by the spider.
And then he is going to attempt to end her with a booming blade.
That's a hit. Oh.
That's veil damage.
That's Vale damage.
Um.
That's actually a kill.
Oh.
Yeah, you weren't kidding when it was end. Oh, it's 1 off a kill. Never mind.
And
She's
then,
still up.
Can
Just
I
barely.
just point?
That's
Sorry,
one
can
of-
I just point out? Is that the one that had her turn and moved around Vale?
Yes.
That was next to him.
She
I was
would
not
have
paying
taken
close-
damage from the.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
wasn't
yeah,
paying
right.
enough attention. Sorry.
She passed.
Oh, she passed. Okay, fair.
The timeline evens out.
Yeah.
let's attack with
No
New
paradox
Faithful as well.
That's one of the ones where the strong first attack brings her down to the knees, and then she kind of reaches up with a no.
Vale pops off the goggles with the dagger, and the piranhas just.
Yes.
That's horrifying. She just kind of becomes like flops to the ground, twitching as the piranhas eat inside of her head.
Oh, I turned her face into a bowl.
Yeah.
It's a fishbowl.
Riley! The King Kong over there.
The King Kong's gonna try to
King
pull
Kong
herself
there.
back in.
I believe. This is the Natty 20 coming through.
Let's hope.
Yes!
Good enough,
It's good enough! You can slide your way in.
All right.
tumble.
So this thing, what's this thing in the middle?
Just kind of, it's clearly got some kind of arcane meaning and device. Everything here is, fancy machinery.
Right.
It's kind of like, but it is a raised area of the floor.
I wonder
Okay.
whether that clone TP'd away or went invisible.
That's a good question.
You ought to do an
actually-
Arcana check.
Here. Riley will move to there, and was it my action to get in or no?
Yes.
Okay. She'll move to there and just start at this one right next to
Tanuma 1 like turns and is like, great, you have giant
Ooh,
apes
would that
now.
intimidate her or anything?
No.
It makes her give
well,
up.
yes.
She just looks and she's like...
She does. It's like, great,
No
you have
status
giant
effects,
apes
kind of.
now.
Yeah.
No. And just kind of takes a moment looking up at that. Kind of like, you can't see her eyes, but you know the expression
You
on
see
her
the, like,
face.
shoulder slump.
Yeah. And she is going to... she's actually going to say, I trust this is the same one who was the T-Rex, huh? They turn into animals, that's really cool! And like try and thrust magic at Indira that you kind of dodge, and she will disengage and back up into the doorway here. Next up is Punky.
Go, Punky. Advantage because of Vale. Thank you, Vale.
That's alright. I won't cuck you like you did to me.
That is a miss.
Oh.
Punky kind of launches at the back of this one, and just for a moment, kind of a little bit of that magic glints off the armor, and Punky slides off.
I love the image of like a cartoon shark where it's like its mouth is open, it just slides off of its mouth open.
That's not what I meant, but sure. Indira. That's backup.
Oh man, I was telling Dean a thing. Damn it. Where did she go?
Right there.
She went around a corner.
Okay.
There is one weakness. Corners!
No object permanence. Amazing barbarian, amazing captain. No object permanence.
Where's the boat? Where's the treasure?
Where'd Gilwyn go?
I'm facing
Here?
this way and I'm just like, my friends are gone and I'm mad.
Oh, no,
that is
it's
a miss.
It was an 18.
It was. And that is a hit.
Oh, Punky missed by 1.
Yep.
I am going to use my bonus action. It's a bonus action to drink a potion, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
To
use my bonus.
self-cloth.
I'm just like swinging at her and chugging a great.
Yeah, she's like thrust up against the door at that point, leaving like a blood splatter of her form against the wall. But next is this one, who is kind of torn between Punky and Vale, and it's like
She has to
make a dexterity save,
Oh,
which she
with-
fails.
Yay!
Nom nom nom.
She doesn't quite go down, and it's kind of like they're biting all around the goggles, which are completely keeping them at bay. And she isn't going to take a turn. She's just going to kind of be like down on one knee, kind of overwhelmed. She can't really do anything. This one behind the table also needs to
Is
make a
also
dexterity
going to make a
save.
save.
She's
Yeah.
also going to fail and take that damage, but she does not keep talking in Undercommon into the device until it is done. And then you see the ring kind of like burn up in her hands in like arcane magic, and she kind of throws it away and like pats at her hands and like peeks her head out while trying to like bash away at the piranhas. And it's like, and just jog up and attack at Serena and miss.
Oh, good.
Serena.
This is not ideal. I am going to. I don't like being surrounded. I am going to start singing again at the one that just ran up to me.
Okay. She fails.
And Serena will say, do be a dear and call this spider off me, will you?
Okay.
I don't know if she can do that, but, you know, I'm going to ask.
Let's see.
Spider like looks and just goes beep boop.
And then I am... That's end, because I know, but I'll drink a healing potion as bonus action. Might as well.
Okay.
It's some health.
She's gonna kind of say, it's like, but beautiful, they have a mind of their own. We couldn't control them if we tried. While it's like trying to bite at you, it doesn't quite get there, and you're like trying to hold it off. This one will get right down here, and we'll attack at Mr. Vale, and another dice into the ether, never to be seen again. But it does hit. Out this one. I unplugged something by accident when bending over. That's not a good sign. Vale, can you give me a Constitution save, please?
Oh yeah. I probably will uncanny dodge this as well. So we'll pop
that's going to be 5 piercing damage and 7 poison damage.
Is that already halved or?
No.
Just confirming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think so, but. So minus.
And it's your turn.
Minus. Is that -3 or -4 for 7?
3. Round down.
TY. I will stab this person in the booty.
The boot pair.
Well, you're just stabbing him in the head because they're like on one knee. Yeah, that's a hit.
And we will do that.
They are struck down. Just kind of flop to the side.
I'll take the attack of opportunity and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The spider hits. Can you give me a Constitution save?
I can.
I'm always impressed when the little guy gets their duty done. That's really good. It's still going to be 12 piercing damage.
Okay. And then I will stab this little boy in the booty. In the spider abdomen.
In the central processor.
And this one is my sneak attack, because I can proc it now.
Yeah. Okey dokey. That's actually a kill. You run up to this spider, hasn't taken any damage, and just jab into it the parrying dagger, and it just kind of twitches and then erupts into radiant light. Riley.
Riley's gonna move to here, and can I make a grapple check against this one? Like reaching over, just
absolutely,
grab her with my...
yeah.
Okay.
That's athletics versus acrobatics
So
or athletics.
the athletics is the same as the attack roll, so I'll just roll the attack roll.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to see the huge ape just go. I do want to see.
Oh,
luckily, she rolled a 9. So it's kind of like a fumble. Like you have to reach your arm into the tight doorway, and she's like really bloodied and injured and can't quite move with Indira in the way. And she's like squirming in your hand. You can just get her over. She is grappled by you. Would you pull her closer to yourself, I imagine?
Yeah, I'd pull her closer, and
she would kind of like give a sheepish smile at the giant ape and was like, "Is it too late for negotiations?"
If only you weren't in great ape form when you came in, you could have said hello there. That's what Indira should have done. Should have popped in my wall and said hello there.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. It's actually her turn next. And she is going to kind of like put both of her hands up, dispel the magic, and just surrender.
Does it just happen? Oh, surrender. Okay.
Yeah, she's not struggling.
Okay.
We could ask her where the other one is.
Indira.
Mm-hmm.
This one in
finicky
Riley's arms is seemingly surrendering.
I'm gonna press my axe blade up against her throat, and I'm going to say, "Make all the rest of this nonsense stop, and you will live."
I can only do that if you give a guarantee of all of our safety. You've already killed one of me.
2 of you.
You give a guarantee.
I give a guarantee.
She will kind of let out a word in Drow Elvish. It kind of doesn't necessarily exist in your dialect. That's clearly got a little bit of magic to it. And that's when you actually notice kind of an illusion waver around her hands. In that she actually did still have magic in her hands, but was kind of almost false surrendering. But does do that. And the spider, at least, kind of slows down. Admittedly, of the other Tanumas in the room, one is already charmed and one is invisible. So...
She was invisible.
So... she will say... Well...
I would look around the room and say, show yourself, or she dies.
Intimidate roll. That's pretty good. She's actually going to reappear and say, there are people who depend on us. Millions of people.
Okay, you have to understand that we need to restrain you right now during negotiations.
Aren't you just as much danger to us as we are to you? Shouldn't we both be restrained? Says one.
More of a danger to you, where you have the upper hand and you're getting put in restraint.
That is the opposite of what we just agreed with. And then number 4 back over there is like, I think we should perhaps be willing to give them a benefit of the doubt. And number 2, who's charmed over there, is like, I don't know, I think they might be nice. Like her eyes kind of, like the goggles are kind of misty with shadow magic.
Serena just strokes her hand over her face.
Okay, so I glare at her, and this is when lightning arcs off of me and hits her. I'm gonna say, don't make me say it again.
That is like a especially devastating hit. You can't struggle. It kind of like burns the flesh off of her face, right? And she actually does that kind of like deep wheezing breath. It's like, fine, restrain us. Maybe you really are a usurper. And you can start tying them up if you so wish.
I would just go grab this one, so I have one in each hand.
That is restraining.
Yeah, they're restrained. You guys can do whatever you want with the other ones, but I'm holding these 2 here until
There's only one other left.
Yeah, we just
the other one.
We just asked them to middle of the room, away from control panels.
Yep.
And then we have a chat.
Civilized discussion. Okay.
I would just indicate towards Vale and be like, take the lead, dude.
I would also, I would look at the charmed one and say, verify what the other 2 of you are saying is the truth, will you, dear?
First off, I would ask that you give me the reasons that you are not evil and that you should be allowed to live. I say this not out of hatred, mere pragmatism.
Number 4. So you have number 1, number 2, number 4. Number 1 is the one that Endira was fighting. Number 4 went invisible. And number 2 is the one that Serena has charmed. Number 4 says, mathematically, there's no such thing as evil. What your culture seems to believe is evil is merely just our continued survival. But if what you're meaning is that we are a danger to you, then that is, again, a matter of perspective. If what you really, really mean is that we are 100% loyal to the Daimao and must be destroyed for your quest to succeed, then that is not the case. We are loyal to surviving and helping our people and the people that we love. And you kind of see number 2 just kind of like twirling some of her hair while looking at Serena, like they're all in the middle now.
And by people you love and surviving, you mean living down here in peace and possibly harmony with the surface, yes?
if such a thing were to be possible, and number one kind of interrupts, it's like, if anything, this has proved not to be possible, but with a different queen in control, perhaps. But what you don't understand is that we are people of faith. Usurpers, elves, we... Church of Ivrith is one of constant betrayal and trickery. Why do you think that we live so far away from the city?
I understand what it is to be shackled by a culture of faith. I think that not all usurper elves are evil. However, I do believe that certain members of your society need to be ushered to the next life. The daimyo, the mad priestess. I mean, anyone with a name that's, the mad priestess. Come on, guys. And a couple of select others also must be ushered to prevent a war with the surface. A war that would end in countless deaths, far more than the millions of people that rely on you.
I think, as silence falls over the room, this is a great time to take a little break. We'll be back in a few moments.
What's going on?
Hey! The door open!
So, guys, had to have a poo.
Ah!